ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take a deep breath. No, really, breathe in deeply, feel the air fill your lungs, and just pause for a moment. In that stillness, I want you to ask yourself, what do you truly believe? When life is heavy, when the weight of the world presses down on you, when every road seems blocked and every dream feels shattered, what do you hold on to? You are not alone. No matter what happens, no matter how steep the climb or how dark the path ahead seems, you are never, ever alone. There is a force with you, surrounding you, guiding you, and empowering you. You may not see it with your eyes, you may not hear it with your ears, but it's there, always with you. You see, life doesn't come with a manual. It doesn't come with guarantees of smooth paths or pain-free days. It doesn't promise that we will get everything we want, nor that we will never suffer. But what life does offer, what is guaranteed, is the presence of something greater. Something that is steadfast, unwavering, and always on your side. We often find ourselves standing at the edge of despair, wondering how we'll go on. In those moments, the doubts creep in. The whispers of fear, of uncertainty, and of self-doubt surround us. But I need you to know this. You are capable of more than you realize. You have within you a strength that is untouchable, an inner power that can withstand any storm, and there is something with you, something beyond your understanding that is constantly reminding you of this truth, lifting you up when you can't stand on your own. Think about the moments in your life when you felt defeated, when you felt as though there was no way forward. Maybe it was a moment of loss, of betrayal, or of failure. Maybe it was when you looked at the dream you had built and saw it fall apart. Those moments are hard, they are painful, and they leave scars. But even in the darkest hours, there is light that never dims. There is a love that never abandons you. You see, the true strength doesn't come from never falling. It comes from getting back up every single time you do, and you have done that time and time again. You may not have recognized it, but every time you chose to keep moving forward, to take that next step, even when it felt impossible, you were being carried by something bigger than you. You were being supported, even in your most vulnerable moments. You might be wondering, how do I know this is real? How can I trust that I am not alone? The answer is simple. Look at every time you've overcome a challenge. Look at every time you've made it through a difficult season of life. Maybe you didn't feel it in the moment, but every time you pushed forward, there was a force pushing with you, making sure you didn't give up. Now, I'm not here to promise that life will always be easy. I'm not here to tell you that the road ahead will always be smooth. The truth is, it won't be. But here's the thing. The most beautiful parts of your life, the moments of growth, of transformation, of real, unshakable strength, will always emerge through adversity. The challenges you face are not obstacles standing in your way. They are opportunities for you to tap into your highest potential. Imagine if you had never faced any challenge. Imagine a life with no struggles, no pain. Would you know what it means to truly appreciate peace? Would you know what it means to experience true joy, true gratitude? The greatest victories are often born from the deepest struggles, and you have been given the strength to face whatever comes your way. And when the world seems to have turned its back on you, when you feel isolated, and when the people you thought you could count on have disappeared, there is one thing that will never leave you. There is one thing that will never stop believing in you, the force that loves you unconditionally. Sometimes we search for answers in all the wrong places. We look to external sources for validation, for purpose, for strength. But the truth is, the answers you seek are already within you. The strength, the courage, the faith, it is all inside you. You are never alone because that force, that energy, that love is always within you, and it is always reaching out to you. There is something sacred about human resilience, about the way we are able to rise after we've been knocked down. It's as if there's a connection to something greater, something beyond our understanding, that empowers us to keep going. You've felt it in those moments when you thought you had nothing left, but somehow you found the will to keep going. That was not by your own doing alone. It was something that moved through you, carrying you forward when you couldn't carry yourself. And so when the going gets tough, and make no mistake, it will get tough, remember that you are not walking this journey alone. You are walking with a presence, a power that will never leave you. In your quiet moments, when the world seems loud and overwhelming, take a moment to close your eyes and feel that presence. Know that no matter what happens, no matter what the world throws your way, you are always supported. And here's the thing, the more you lean into that support, the more you open yourself to it, the more you begin to see it manifest in your life. It may not always show up in the way you expect, it may not always come in the form you desire, but it is always there, always working behind the scenes, guiding you toward the life you are meant to live. So, what does it mean to truly trust in this presence? What does it mean to walk through life knowing that you are never alone, no matter what happens? It means living with faith. It means living with the confidence that, even in the face of uncertainty, you are being guided. It means not letting fear control you, not letting doubt overwhelm you, because you know that you have the strength to overcome whatever comes your way. It means choosing to keep moving forward, even when you don't have all the answers. It means trusting that everything you experience, whether good or bad, is leading you toward your highest good. When you live with this kind of faith, when you live knowing that you are never alone, you begin to see the world differently. You begin to see the opportunities in every challenge, the lessons in every setback, and the growth in every moment of pain. You stop looking for external validation because you know that you are already whole, already enough. And let's be clear, this is not about pretending that everything is always perfect. Life will never be perfect. But it's about understanding that you are not defined by your circumstances. You are not defined by your mistakes, your failures, or your losses. You are defined by the strength that lies within you, by the faith you have in yourself, and in the greater force that is always with you. There is a power within you that is unstoppable. There is a love within you that cannot be broken. And there is a presence that is always by your side, guiding you through the highs and lows, the joy and the pain. That is the truth. No matter what happens, you are never alone. No matter how hard it gets, there is always something there to lift you up. And all you need to do is keep moving forward. Keep trusting and keep believing, because the journey you're on is one that is filled with purpose, filled with growth, and filled with the infinite potential that you have within you. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, when the road seems too tough to travel, remember this: you are not walking it alone. You never have been, and you never will be. Now go forward, knowing that the power to overcome is within you, and no matter what happens, you are always, always supported. When we talk about unconditional support, we are referring to a form of love and guidance that has no conditions attached. This support doesn't come with strings attached, nor does it depend on your performance, your behavior, or your ability to meet certain expectations. It is a constant, a bedrock that remains firm and unshaken, regardless of what you face or how you may feel in a given moment. Unconditional support means that no matter how lost you might feel, no matter how far you think you've strayed, there is always a presence, a force that stands beside you. Imagine for a moment the idea of a parent's love for their child. It's a love that, ideally, doesn't depend on whether the child excels or fails, whether the child is successful or makes mistakes. It is simply there, steady and unwavering. Now, Take that concept and expand it to the very core of who you are, an essential truth that no matter where you go, no matter what you do, there is an eternal and unchanging support system that is there for you. This isn't dependent on your circumstances, and it doesn't require you to prove anything to be worthy of it. It's a constant, like gravity, holding you up even when you can't see it or understand it. This form of support is often hard to fathom because in our everyday lives, we are used to conditions and expectations. In the human world, love and support are often tied to certain behaviors or outcomes. Parents, friends, mentors, and even society can sometimes offer their support based on what you achieve or how you conform to the expected norms. There is a certain pressure to perform, to succeed, to meet the standards others have set, and if you fail to meet them, you may feel that the support you once had fades. It's a reality that many of us know too well. The sense that if we fall short, we are not worthy of love or support anymore. But unconditional support is different. It is not rooted in what you do or don't do. It is rooted in the essence of who you are. It recognizes that you, at your core, are deserving of love, kindness, and guidance, simply because you exist. This concept can be difficult to grasp in a world that often operates on merit, where the value of what we do defines the value of who we are. But unconditional support asks you to trust in something greater than your actions. It asks you to accept that you are worthy of love and guidance simply because you are human, because you are here. What's truly powerful about unconditional support is that it remains constant, even when everything around you seems to fall apart. When the world feels like it's crumbling, when your plans don't work out, when you fail, when you lose, or when everything you touch seems to turn to dust, that support is still there, unwavering. It's in the moments when you feel most isolated, when you feel that no one understands or cares, that this support has the most power. It is not reliant on external circumstances, nor does it disappear when things go wrong. It is the thing that allows you to keep going when you feel like you have nothing left to give. In times of difficulty, it can be easy to feel forgotten. As if the universe has turned its back on you, you may feel as though no one is there to help you, and the loneliness of that feeling can be overwhelming. But when we talk about unconditional support, it's about recognizing that even in these moments there is something more, something that is always there, always present, even when you can't perceive it with your senses. It's the unspoken reassurance that no matter how distant you feel, there is a force that believes in you, that has never abandoned you and will never abandon you. It's important to note that unconditional support is not about rescuing you from your struggles or taking away your pain. It's not a fairy tale where all your challenges are magically erased. Instead, it's a deep, unshakable presence that helps you find the strength within yourself to navigate the hardships. It provides you with the courage to stand up after you've fallen, to find the resolve to keep going, even when it feels like you're walking through life's toughest moments alone. At times, this kind of support comes in subtle forms. It might be the unexpected kindness of a stranger when you're at your lowest, or a friend who reaches out just when you think no one cares. It might be a quiet whisper of encouragement deep inside you when you're overwhelmed with self-doubt, or a sense of peace that washes over you when you're caught in a storm of emotions. This support may not always look like you expect it to, but it's always there, working in the background of your life, providing you with the courage, strength, and hope you need to continue. In the end, unconditional support is the foundation upon which you can build resilience. It's the knowledge that, even when you fall short or lose your way, you are not alone. You are always supported, always loved, and always guided. That support gives you the freedom to take risks, to fail, to grow, and to heal without the fear of being abandoned or forgotten. It's the unconditional reminder that no matter what happens, there is a force in your life that will never leave you. It's a force that believes in you, especially when you're struggling to believe in yourself. At the core of every individual lies a profound, often untapped reservoir of inner strength. This strength is not something that can always be seen or measured, but it is always present. It's the quiet resilience that sustains you in the face of hardship, the deep well of fortitude that rises up when you think there is nothing left to give. Inner strength is a force that exists within everyone, but it often takes time, experience, and sometimes even pain to fully recognize its power. It's a strength that doesn't rely on external validation or external sources. It is a strength that emanates from within, from a place that is deeply connected to your sense of self and your understanding of what you are capable of. We often underestimate the power of inner strength. It's easy to look outward when faced with challenges, to search for solutions in the world around us, whether through advice, support, or material things. However, true resilience comes from within. It is not something that can be handed to you by someone else, or something that can be bought. It is an inherent quality that resides within you, waiting for the right moment to surface. It's the ability to stand tall when everything around you seems. Perseverance through adversity is one of the most profound qualities of the human spirit. It is the ability to continue moving forward despite the challenges, the obstacles, and the heartbreaks that may appear in our path. Life is full of ups and downs, moments of joy and sorrow, and times when we may feel that everything is against us. It is easy in such times to feel like giving up, to believe that the struggle is too great to bear, that the road ahead is too long, or that we have already failed too many times. Yet true perseverance is not about never falling, but about getting back up each time we do. It's the resilience to face life's hardships head-on, to push through even when the odds seem insurmountable, and to keep going despite the overwhelming weight of adversity. Adversity is something that touches everyone at some point in their lives. It might come in the form of loss, failure, disappointment, or seemingly insurmountable challenges that test the very core of who we are. In those moments, it's easy to be consumed by feelings of hopelessness or despair. We may feel as if everything we've worked for has been wiped away, or that our dreams are too distant to reach. It's during these times, however, that our ability to persevere becomes most important. Perseverance is not a trait that can always be measured in immediate successes, but rather in the strength to keep moving, even when things aren't going as planned. When you're in the midst of a difficult situation, it can feel as though the world is closing in on you, and all you want to do is stop, quit, and turn away from the pain. The fear of failure, the weight of loss, and the frustration of repeated setbacks can be overwhelming. But the real power lies not in the avoidance of these feelings, but in how you respond to them. Perseverance is about facing those feelings head-on and choosing to continue despite them. It's about understanding that setbacks are a part of life, and they do not define your worth or your potential. Rather, it is your ability to push through them that truly defines your strength. The process of persevering through adversity often involves a combination of acceptance and action. First, we must accept that life is not always easy. It is full of hardships and challenges, and these challenges can be incredibly painful. However, acceptance doesn't mean giving in or resigning yourself to a life of struggle. It means recognizing the difficulty for what it is and choosing to keep moving forward anyway. Acceptance of adversity frees us from the notion that things must always be perfect or easy in order for us to be happy or successful. It allows us to embrace the difficult moments with a sense of clarity and purpose, knowing that even in the hardest times, we are growing, learning, and evolving into something stronger. Next, perseverance requires action. It's not enough to simply accept adversity. We must also act despite it. Even in our darkest moments, we have the ability to take small steps forward, to make decisions that move us closer to our goals, and to keep pursuing what matters most to us. Sometimes, those steps may seem insignificant in the face of overwhelming challenges, but they are the ones that build the foundation for the future. Every time you choose to push forward, no matter how small the action, you are reinforcing your commitment to moving through adversity. In those moments of struggle, it's also important to recognize that perseverance is not a solitary endeavor. We are not meant to face our challenges alone. Sometimes, perseverance is about allowing others to help us, to offer a hand when we are too weak to stand on our own. It is about leaning on the strength of those around us and accepting support when we need it most. Adversity often has a way of isolating us, of making us feel like we are the only ones going through pain. But the truth is that everyone faces difficulties in their own way. By reaching out for support, whether it's from friends, family, or even a higher power, we remind ourselves that we are not alone in our journey. Ultimately, the beauty of perseverance through adversity lies in its ability to transform us. The challenges we face don't just test our strength, they shape it. Every obstacle, every hardship, and every failure teaches us something valuable about ourselves. We learn what we are truly made of, we discover new depths of resilience, and we build an unshakable confidence that we can overcome whatever comes our way. The struggles we endure today are the stepping stones to our future selves, the building blocks of a stronger, more compassionate, and more capable individual. Perseverance through adversity is about more than just surviving. It's about thriving despite the struggles. It's about using every challenge as an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become the person we were always meant to be. When we keep going, when we continue to fight, even when it feels impossible, we not only overcome the adversity before us, we become stronger than we ever imagined possible. And in doing so, we discover that there is no challenge, no adversity, no setback that can truly hold us back from reaching our highest potential. As we come to the end of this journey together, I want you to take with you one powerful truth. No matter what happens, you are never alone. There is a force greater than you, always beside you, always guiding you, and always supporting you. Life will challenge you, it will test your limits, and it will sometimes feel like the weight of the world is too much to bear. But remember this, your strength is limitless, your resilience is unbreakable, and your capacity to persevere through adversity knows no bounds. The love, support, and power that surrounds you are constant, even when you cannot see it. So keep moving forward. Keep trusting in the journey, even when it's hard. Know that you are never forgotten, and that something greater than you is always pushing you toward the future you are meant to create. Good luck on your journey ahead. Embrace the challenges, the failures, the victories, and the moments of doubt. Each step you take brings you closer to the person you are destined to become. Thank you for listening, for allowing this message to be a part of your story. May you always find strength in knowing that no matter what happens, you are never alone.